wait for the pause in between words.
We back. Okay. What is your idea of a perfect partner?
I don't think, oh, my perfect partner. Whew, man, that's one of those things that probably doesn't exist because I created it in my head.
Okay.
But if I had to say, it would be somebody that's an intellectual. It would be somebody that is considerate. It would be somebody that is open and willing to learn and grow with me because as time progresses, if I'm the same person that she met 10 years ago as I am 10 years from now, then there was no growth there. But
Not at
I
all.
need somebody that's going to be willing to grow with me
Okay.
and we're willing to grow together.
Okay.
So a lot of other things are variables and they can change. Outward beauty can change. It will change. You're not going to be look the same as you did in your youth. Hell, you may even gain a little weight, but
That's true.
perfection to me is going to be perfectly flawed, and
I
it will
like that.
be two people coming together, just figuring out how to work, how to make it work, how to navigate these waters, and as best you can, and know that just because it fit one person doesn't mean it's going to fit us, and so we literally love each other and learn what right looks like.
Good answer there. What does love mean to you?
Love is sacrifice. Love, I learned that from my father.
Okay.
I asked him that same thing. What does love look like to you? He said, love to me looks like sacrifice. It means getting up on those days that I know that I'm in pain and I can't really go, but I know I have to go to make sure that I take care of the people that I love. Love for me is if it comes to that, laying down my life so that the people that I love may have one more day on this earth. Um, Love for me is understanding that my needs might not always come first and that it takes a little more of me some days than others to make sure that whomever I choose to love and care about has what they need.
I like that answer. I like that. All right. Getting more into about you. What's your best quality?
Hmm. I'm gonna put that under everything. Um, yeah, no, I'm joking. But if dang, if I had to pick one, I would say if we are in that space, my ability to connect with whomever I'm trying to connect with. If we are in that space and trying to establish a connection, I'm gonna bring you me, and I'm gonna do my best to make sure that you know who I'm bringing. And if I have to lay myself out on the table to establish that connection with you to give you that comfort and security, then I'll do so. Um,
Okay.
so I say, yeah, my ability to connect.
I like that. What's your worst quality?
I am stubborn as shit sometimes. Pardon my language. I hope I'm not, you know, crossing no lines with that, but I am stubborn. I know that there are times I'm set in my ways and I will not budge. I will stand 10 toes down on my stupidity. Um, and I admit that. I know I am. So that would probably be the worst one.
Okay.
It can bump heads sometimes.
You do bump heads.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What's the most difficult thing about being with you?
I've been told that I like what I like.
Mm.
And if I don't like it, you'll know. And it won't be one of those things where I just get in your face like I don't like this. But you'll know if I don't like something.
Okay.
That was
You know what you want.
oh yeah.
Okay.
I've been told. So one of the things, especially on my Instagram page, used to be simply complex.
Okay.
And I know that's probably the cliche. Everybody's simply complex, but I think that, man, I was told this by someone is that I don't ask for a lot, but what I do ask for, I want it. And if
Mm.
I don't get it, it's a problem.
You want what you want,
Hmm.
kind of when you want it.
Yep, want
Okay.
what I want when I want it.
Okay. What's your idea of happiness in a relationship?
Happiness is fleeting. Happiness is just an emotion that does not last unless you continue to do things to make happiness reality. Um, to me, happiness in a relationship could be something as simple as just laughing at the little things.
Okay.
Laughing at the little things, and I mean laughing from a good, healthy place. Loving when you can. I'm happy just sitting down watching the show sometimes with a land on my chest every now and then. To me, that's happiness because I know for a fact that I'm in this space, a comfortable space with somebody that I'm comfortable with, that I would protect with my life if I had to, and they're safe, and that is happiness to me.
Okay. Okay. If you could change one thing about a past relationship, what would it be?
Let's see how many times you gonna get the answer. Wouldn't have got in that shit. Um,
Mm.
but no, I'm gonna. There are times where in and I can lump a few of them in this category and say that there are times where I was in a relationship and I wasn't, how can I put this? I wasn't the best version of myself.
Mm.
And even today, I'm not the best version of myself, but I'm a better version than I was back then. But I wasn't the best version of myself, and all of my traumas and my demons definitely manifested themselves in those relationships. If I can go back and change one thing, change one thing about a past relationship, it would be that I actually was more cognizant of who I was and where I was mentally and emotionally, and did the work at that time before going into relationships with people that I knew later on down the line I shouldn't have done it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a cognizance
Okay.
of self.
Okay. Okay. What are your expectations of your partner?
I don't think I have any.
You don't have any?
I I'll be honest with you and tell you I hate that word.
Oh,
I
okay.
hate I
Why
and
so?
I hate that word because to me it alters behaviors.
Mm.
Um, if I come to you and say I expect these things out of you, if you like me enough, you're gonna do those things, even if it's outside of who you are as a person.
That's true.
I want you to bring your authentic self, and I'll bring my authentic self, and we'll organically flow into wherever we're supposed to go. And if we're not supposed to go into that because our authentic selves aren't aligned in that way, then we'll know.
Okay.
But I don't want to come in and give you a list of things that I expect out of you because that's what you're gonna do.
I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. How can your partner make you feel loved in your relationship?
Consider me.
Okay.
Consideration. That is it. I don't. That is one of the most difficult things for people to do in a lot of instances. Just consider me. Think about me when you're doing these things, and if you feel is in any way that I'm not going to like that, then just don't. Or if you do, just know that these are what could possibly happen. But yeah,
Let's be considerate.
consider it.
Okay. That's the last question. This is a tough one. How do you see your future in dating as in regards to dating and relationships?
How do I see my future?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, um, my present's pretty good right now.
Okay.
And like I said, just mingling, but it's there. There's a lot of promise out there when you're open to it.
Mm.
For a long time, I was closed off to a lot of things for reasons and stuck in a place in my life or an era in my life that needed to come to an end.
Okay.
But once I began to step out of that space, it began to be it was a whole different light out there. I know that today's climate, especially with the social media expectations and everything, dating is just absolutely ridiculous at this point. But if you really, really look, or be honest with you, you don't have to look. Just go and talk to the ones that aren't talking as loud. The ones that aren't talking as loud don't really co-sign with the way things
The
are going.
majority.
And so when I did that, that is when I actually began to see that there's a lot of promise out
Okay.
there. And so I'll be honest with you and tell you that the future looking good, boss.
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that concludes this interview. John, you got anything to say? All right, we got a
Oh,
question for the producer.
Can you describe you can ask the question
Okay.
because they can't really hear me.
Okay.
Describe the one that got away.
Okay. Describe the one that got away from you.
you know what's crazy? Had you asked me this question like 2 weeks ago, I would have been able to paint a nice picture for you.
Hmm.
But to be honest with you, I don't know if the one that got away should have been kept.
Oh, that's a word right there.
Hmm. And it took me quite some time to see that and understand that. But yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. You got anything to say for the camera or for the people? This is for the Facebook group.
Social media is not life. This is just a place where people come and they can be whoever they want to be. It's the place where dreams come true. You can create whatever reality, whatever persona you want to have on socials. And it's cool, it's convenient. But at the same time, the way that relationships are perpetrated or whatever you want to call it on the socials is not necessarily reality. It's a snapshot in time. If you really want to know what a successful relationship looks like, do the work within yourself and find somebody that's done the work within themselves and do what you can every day to just make it one more day. Before you realize it, you'll be years down the road still working for one more day, just loving each other just one more day.
I like that
That's it.
advice. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
All right.